Where, where is it? Where the hell is it? There we go. So, I'll be showing you a mediocre and kinda short evolutionary timeline of the Bighorn sheep. And yes, this was uploaded to my YouTube channel, and no, you don't get to know what it is. Alright, let's start! So, quick thing I should say is that there isn't really much information on the Bovidae family, or by extension, the Bighorn sheep. So, I'm sorry if I can't really get proper information on everything. I just straight up couldn't find anything, or I overlooked it. But other than that, I guess we can continue now. See ya. Wait, this model is too detailed for this map, isn't it? Alright, now let's start. First, we start off with the Tragus artenensis. And yes, this was the best I could do for this. I tried. It's part of the Bovidae family, the same family as the Bighorn sheep, and it was around during the early Miocene to early Pliocene periods. From what I've found, they lived in Europe and Asia during this time, and their environment was swampy. Well, what else was there other than swampy? Well, obviously, real person behind the camera. I'd love to tell you about the environment, but unfortunately, you're gonna get 2 facts about the horns instead. I was gonna talk about the teeth, but I honestly have no clue what the site is talking about, and I'm sorry. please, please don't kill me. The horn cores are stated to have a distinct posterior keel and an anterior keel. What's a keel? It's a bone. What? I don't know either. Stop asking. So what I'd assume happened for them to become the next species is that after millions of years, it bred from other species and moved to uh, Middle Ash, the Far region, and Ethiopia. Now, speaking of the next species, the Caprowaderoima. Or I guess just some goat, but sheep and goats are very closely related for whatever reason. So since I already told you the location they lived in, I'll tell you what their environment was like. They've adapted to live in rocky mountainous terrains, so obviously they lived in the mountains. Oh, and because I almost forgot, they live from around 1.9 to 2.0 MA. Now onto their physical appearance. They have characteristically shortened metapodials. And that was adapted so they didn't fall or something like other dumb animals that don't climb mountains. But because of this, they can't run as fast, which could be a fair trait, I guess. Did you know the bigger the capra, the bigger the horn cores? It's true. My sources say it. Hey, glad you're back. And now, since that's all the information I have on the Capra, I'll tell you how they could have become the sow sheep. Ovis Nivocoa. Oh crap. Now, I know these two species are, like, across the entire world, but assuming that the continents were closer together, they could theoretically have crossbred with other species to somehow get to them living in northeastern Siberia and far east Russia. But hey, that's just a theory. So yeah, anyways, the next species is the Ovis nivicola, or snow sheep. As I said, they live in northeastern Siberia and far east Russia. Their environment is very snowy, and they were obviously adapted to live in colder climates, because the temperatures can go all the way down to negative 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And they've been around for about... Please don't quote me on this, I have no real proof. About 600,000 years. Again, please, for the love of God, don't quote me on this, I don't have actual proof. When finding a mate, males can travel up to 150 kilometers, or around 93 miles. But females don't. They just sit there and do nothing like the losers they are. Females. Males that get more mates also tend to have larger horns, so that's neat. And from there, going off of my sources, they ended up most likely breeding with some other species, probably from traveling so much and making the species we all, hopefully all, know today as the Bighorn sheep. And as I said the last time, we assume they had a viable way to travel from Russia to North America. But either way, DNA has shown that they are related in some way, along with other ovis species. So, can't argue with that now, can you? Now we're finally on to the purpose of the video. The bighorn sheep, or also known as, drumroll please, Ovis canadensis. Boo! That sucked. Hey, what the hell? They've been around for about 100,000 years, and are still around today. Although they have been endangered before, but they're fine now, I think. They live in western mountains, going from southern Canada to Mexico, and their environment consists of steep mountainous areas with thin ledges that are sometimes only 2 inches wide. In the summer, they move to larger upland areas, and in winter, they move to sheltered valleys. Their diet consists of grass, clovers, and sedges, and in the... What's a sedge? Did you really just interrupt me because you don't know what a plant is? Seriously? Oh, because you wanted to know so badly. A sedge is a plant that looks like grass. Are you happy now? Anyways, back to what I was saying before you interrupted me. In the cold months, they eat woody plants like sage and willow. And so we can get this done faster. In desert areas, they eat cacti and holly. And now, speaking of their diet, they have 4-part stomachs. This helps them digest more water from food while eating, making it so they can go longer without water. Did you know that bighorn sheep used to have bigger horns? Well, they did. They actually have smaller horns now because of overhunting. Humans decided they wanted to have their horns as trophies and such, so they hunted the ones with the biggest horns. And this was bad because bighorn sheep with larger horns had more of a chance of finding a mate. So, of course, the numbers of their population went down, making them endangered. Oh no. But don't worry. They aren't endangered anymore. But you never know what could happen. I'm going to single-handedly eradicate the entire bighorn population. We're back. This is the end of the video. Now go home.